to Gunshin V2 Gaming. Today I'm not going to be posting any videos of me playing Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, or any other game for that matter. Today I wanted to talk to you about a man named Chris Collins from the Exotic Revolution channel on YouTube. I stumbled across his video and I watched him pick up a homeless man named Alex. And all I have to say is that this man is a saint. He has money, and what he chooses to do with it is something that, as a person, I've always strived to do the most I can for the less fortunate. I don't have a lot of money. Right now, I'm out of work. I have an injury. I do physical labor, and having an injury that inhibits me from doing my job on a daily basis is one of the primary reasons why I started a YouTube channel for gaming, because I can't work right now. I mean, I get little work here and there, but my arm from my elbow to my shoulder all the way up my back it kills me every time I'm done. Like I did a small job a couple of days ago, and my elbow is still killing me from just the 6.5 hours that I worked. And to be a labor intensive worker who is unable to work, I'm not going to be able to provide or do anything. And I'm just lucky that I have family that are taking care of me to the extent of they're giving me a roof over my head. You know, with the money I make, I still buy my own food and I still support myself, pay for my car, whatnot. I'm not asking them to pay my bills or anything, but I'm doing the best I can. However, even though I do not have money and I do not have a job, I still try to help those less fortunate. If I have a couple extra bucks, I give it to the less fortunate. If I don't even have that on me, and I know that they're hungry, or if they're smokers, I will give them some of my cigarettes. I will give them half my pack, and I have done that before. I have given homeless and less fortunate people an entire pack because I didn't have anything on me. And that was literally like one of the last things that I bought. Or if I went out and I bought food and I saw someone standing on the corner, I would give them my food even though I'm hungry too, but I know they've been hungrier longer than me. This man, Chris Collins, is doing a great thing with the money that he has. If I had that type of money, I would try to help those that were less fortunate than me, that are living out on the streets, who are good people who just hit a low point in their life and they can no longer support themselves. And we look down on vagrancy in this country and in parts of the world. You know, we look at them like they're less than people, but they're not. They're people. They're just going through a hard time. You know, some of these people are sick, and some of them are our veterans. They need to be taken care of. These people fought for us, and they come home and everything is gone. Everything that they were told that they were fighting for, their country turned their back on them, and that's not right. We should be helping these people get back up on their feet. I mean, we arrest these people for being vagrants, for not having places to go during the winter. I'm sure that they appreciate it because they get 3 hots in a cot, you know. But instead of looking down on these people and treating them like they're less than such just because they're less fortunate than us, it's not right. I used to have a friend. Oh, he's still my friend, but he would tell me about how he would tell homeless people get a job, you know, or he'd laugh at them for their situation and stuff like that. He lived with me for a year, and by the end of that year, he called me a motherfucker because he bought a homeless guy a sandwich and a drink and gave him $5. I rubbed off on him because he knew that he'd be in my car with me. He'd know I didn't have that much money. Excuse me, but I would still stop and give them something. Even though he knows I don't have money. What the fuck are you doing that for? You don't gotta share your hard-earned money. I'm like, the way I look at it, dude, I got a roof over my head. I have friends. I have family that loves me. And you know what? These people have nothing. They're out here every day on the street in the blazing sun and the freezing cold. And you know what? This is the least that I can do for them, and I want to do more. If I have more than I need, and I see people that truly need it, I'll help. I will help as much as I can. Now, for the people who look down on others like that and just look at them as less than people, trash, that's not right either. I mean, you guys are sitting there, and why? Just because they're less fortunate, because you have money, you think that you're better than them? I'm pretty sure that most of those people are better people than you. If they saw you on the street and they were rich, they would probably help you because they have what you don't, what you lack, and that's humility. They're humbled, which is what my friend he didn't have. He didn't have humility. He came from a nice background, a family that was well off, as he likes to put it. But I mean, they lived in a pretty ritzy area. Granted, their family made a lot less than some of the other families in the area, but they made more than enough to supply their kids with snowmobiles, dirt bikes, motorcycles. You name it, they had it. But I come from a family where we've struggled, and we're still continuing to struggle. But if I had the chance, I would turn that all around. And I've been trying, and unfortunately, things don't pan out the way you plan them. But that's no reason for me to give up. I want to keep trying to better myself and for my future and for my future family. I want to be able to provide for them, and I want to help them out. But if you have money, and you have more than you need, you have more than your family needs. Take an example from Chris. Help those around you, help those in your community. Show them that they may be lost, but they're not forgotten. Just be a good person and help each other. I always thought what humanity would be like if we can put aside all of our differences, if we can put aside our religious differences, our political differences, what we can achieve as a race, and that also is the racial differences. If we can put all that aside, what we can accomplish as a race. We are all human beings. All of us. We all belong to one singular species. If we can sit there and come together, the world will change for the better. And it's just one of those deals where I look at the world and I look at what it's become and what it's becoming and what's happening here in my country. Um, that this hate that's being spread across all walks of life. The poor hate the rich hate the poor, whites hate the blacks hate the whites. And we hate the Mexicans, we hate this, we hate that, we hate anyone who's not a part of our culture, whatever. You know what? We need to stop spreading hate. We need to. If not, we're never going to move forward as a country and as a species if we can't set aside these petty differences. In the future, how many times do you see a mixed couple walking down the street? Well, they're going to have a mixed child. That mixed child may get with another mixed child, or they might get with white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. And then from there and so on and so forth. And eventually down the line, we're all going to be one race. There isn't going to be white, black, Mexican, Hispanic, Asian. Down the line, it may take hundreds of thousands of years if we last that long, if we don't all kill each other first. But we're all going to be the same race. We're all going to be a mixture of both. And even looking at DNA, everybody is related in some way, shape, or form on a small degree. We all came from one continent and spread out throughout the world. And I'm not talking about creationism here. I'm not going to get into semantics, and I'm not going to get into politics because I can go on for hours about both. Eventually, we will come together as a race, as a species. We will come together. And we can do amazing things if we stop focusing on how to kill each other and how to hate each other and just help each other. We have so many rich people here in our country alone that they could give everybody $1 million and they still have more money that they can possibly do with that their grandchildren will still be spending when they're long dead, that their great grandchildren will still be spending. You know, we live in a capitalist society, and the rich just want to get richer at the cost of the poor. But you know, we need to stop classifying ourselves as rich or poor. We need to come together and as a species, as the human race, and help each other to progress. And I just want everyone to just take this example from Chris, because if I had the type of money, or I have the type of money that Chris has, I would help as much as I could in my community. Help, sorry, those less fortunate. Because it's something I've always wanted to do. And I've already stated, if I won the lottery, I would do what I could. I don't need $400 million. I don't need $200 million. I don't need $100 million. If I was left with about 20 million, 50 million, I don't care. That's more than enough for me to live comfortably for the rest of my life. The rest of it, you know what? And here's the thing, I won't donate to charities. Why? Because I don't know what the fuck they do with their money. But however, what I will do is I will directly impact those charities, what they need, or help people directly build a home or a shelter. You know, if a charity needs like something from like a radiological equipment, or they need something like St. Jude's, they need something like that, they need funding or whatever, I would directly fund them. I wouldn't sit there and give it to a charity to give to them, because I don't know what the fuck they're doing with this money. And there's plenty of instances where people just take the fucking money and they only give a small portion to that charity. No, I want to help that charity directly. But I mean, just we should all take example of Chris and Alex here, and I just want to give Alex all the best. I hope that his job is still continuing to do well. I would like to have an update on Alex and how he's doing, if he's got an apartment yet. You know how he's progressed since December. And I just want to thank Chris for being just who he is. You're an amazing guy, Chris. You are a saint. Alright, that's the end of the video. I hope everyone enjoyed. Like, share, and subscribe for more videos. Don't forget to check out the Exotic Revolution and Chris Collins' videos. Alright, everyone, please take care of each other. Love each other. Have a good day. Thanks for watching.